Yes, this is another episode of the Deadass New York Minute podcast, and I am back at it again. But this episode actually is about toxic relationships. And once again, I am Julius Curvin. If y'all know me as X, y'all know me. I got Aaliyah here. This is my homie.
I'm Honey.
Yep, aka Honey. And yeah, so yeah. How you want to start this off?
I don't know what we're talking about today.
I know you did tell me about this toxic relationship. I'm not too sure which one.
That's what we're talking about. We could definitely get in tune with that.
Oh yeah, we could definitely get into that. Let's
Even though I'm big on that because I had to leave a toxic relationship with someone a while ago, so I'm huge on that.
Oh yeah. Go into it because I got one too, and I got one with my own sign. Like literally, we probably was maybe a few days apart, but like, god damn, you would have thought that the ideal situation we the same sign. We like a lot of the same shit. But she was just too toxic for me. She was too toxic.
Let me try to. My AirPod won't connect. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to even interrupt this like this.
I mean, I can touch brief on it. See, my
only because for some reason when I put in my AirPod, I hear you better.
Okay, yeah, that's good then.
Cause you sound real low without my AirPod. I'm just trying to get this to work.
Yeah, my situation was crazy. Like, and she was an ex of mine. Like, it was just I was just thinking it was the ideal situation. I'm like, damn, we the same sign, it's gonna be good, all that. And then it was just several times that I was like around her and I just felt like, damn, every time we hang out, we gotta drink, we gotta smoke. Like I'm not even like a smoking guy like that. Like, I like to get a little high, but like, it wasn't even all that deep. But then it's like every time she's like, oh, you gonna get a bottle? You want to smoke? And just like this one time we was no, was it twice? I think it was twice. We was on like going down 42nd Street. And my thing is, all right, if I got the free time, I didn't work overnights then. And like if we could chill around the city, walk around, hit Central Park, just walk around. And we was on 42nd, and just thought it was okay to just add, them dudes that be over there. I got sour. There be those dudes around there, and then she thought it was okay to just ask one of them dudes if they had some weed or something like that, or if she could like, smoke with them. I'm like, wait, hold on, bitch.
What?
Like,
with strangers?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why did you think that shit was okay? And I'm sitting there looking like a fucking dickhead, just sitting on the side, like, I'm just gonna wait till she done. Like, I'm just sitting there, like, yo, I had to talk to her, like, yo, sis, why did you think that was okay? I know potheads. Like, I know potheads. I don't know if they just go up to anybody.
I'm not doing no shit like that. Now, I'm a pothead.
Right. And I'm like, you just gonna just pull up on a random nigga and I'm your nigga? Like, how you gonna just go out there and just look for some weed? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you stupid or something? I think she checked it twice. Just like, yo, sis, like, that's wild. Like, and
that's crazy.
She was a wild child, man. I could tell you that. Like, it's just so many stuff I wanted to point out. Like, just there was one time we got into an argument, and we was by Bryant Park, and we sitting on the little chairs. After hours, sitting on those chairs. We sitting there anyway. I forgot what happened, how the argument started, or whatever it be, but it was to a point where she said, "All right, well, you can leave if you want to." And I'm like,
what?
I always like the reassurance, so I always like to make sure, like several times, like maybe you didn't mean that, maybe maybe you said something because you were mad, so you just wanted to put that out there. And I'm just like, sure you want me to leave? Like I'm like, we could talk this out. You sure you want me to go? Like, you sure you positive? She's like, no, but leave. I was like, but you sure though? Like, you sure you want me to just like I'm out of here? Like, that's it. Like, no coming back. It's like, no, go ahead, leave. Nah, but like, are you sure though? Like, you just gotta be sure. Like, You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, nah, go ahead, leave. I was like, oh, because she think I'm pussy. Got my ass on the train. It's like 4 a.m. By the time I got back to my crib, it's like sun about to come out. And like I don't know if I blocked her, whatever the case it be or whatever, but I looked at my phone. It was literally, no lie, it was like 17 missed calls and like 5 or 6 voicemails. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, now this is one of these situations where she want to apologize. She admit that she was wrong. So I'm listening to it, and like every message is just like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tell you that. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong with this girl? Like, you sent me 5 different messages. Like, obviously, I want to talk to you. Like, literally, I kept it strong. I still didn't respond back to her, whatever the case be. I think it was later on that day. It was more messages, more missed calls. And I think I eventually called her back. But I was like, yo, I can't do this shit no more. Like, you really, wow. Like you told me to leave and then called me like 18 times and left mad voice messages saying the same shit over and over about you apologizing.
I mean, we are crazy like that. We do those kind of things.
I
Speaking
believe
as
it.
a woman.
I believe it. But I think at the same time, and I can take some ownership in that. I could say that I probably wasn't mature enough to understand that happens, and then you just bounce back, and the shit only lasted like a month. That's probably one of my short relationships, but it was I don't know. It was just a lot of that played into it. Like, no lie, the sexual chemistry was a bit weird. Like, it was cool, but I felt like this bitch was a machine. Like, there's no way you on top and you come like 12 times. Like, that's just not. Like, are you?
Yo, X, stop.
Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like, one time that never happened to me. Like, I woke up and she was like, giving me head, and I was just like, oh shit, because I didn't know whether to snuff her or like just like.
Yo, stop.
I never been woke. That never happened to me before. So it's like, imagine somebody waking you up and it's like, yeah, initially you think like, oh, it's a good time, but if you don't like being woken up, that's not how you want to wake up. So I'm waking up and I'm like, oh, and then it's like you kind of jump. It was like, yo, I'm about to snuff you, but then it's like, oh wait, hold on, she's doing something that might be pleasurable. Might not want to do that. So it was one of those, and then I'm like, all right, cool. And it's like with the crusty eye and all that. And then with her being on top, it was just like, I'm like, oh, okay, you get your little ride on, and the next minute she was like, all right, I'm about to come, and I was like, all right, cool. And then like she didn't stop. It was just like, oh, I'm about to come again. And then like it just kept like, I'm like, how many you at right now? Because like I ain't even at 1. Like, how many you at right now?
But also, as a woman, we get ours off quicker than you guys.
No, I agree. But then for you to be coming back to back like that, like, you ain't tired? Like we got nuts, and like after like a certain time, our shit's hurt. Like, you don't hurt?
Because I could kind of, relate a little bit because depending on what kind of sex it is, when I have sex, I get more I get like a boost of energy a little bit. Like, I had one of my old niggas, like, he used to think that I was a fucking machine too, because I would be like, all right, I'm not done. Like, I want to go again. Like, come on. He was like, you're not tired? No, I want some more dick. Let's go. Like, and he was like, all right, just wait. Just let me take a nap. A nap, nigga, what? Like, what you mean? So I can relate. I can understand. Because even my boyfriend now, like, he the same way. Like, sometimes I want to go again. And he was like, babe, I'm tired. Wait. And I'd be like, all right, my nigga, I really don't want to wait, but and then he ended up falling asleep, and now I'm mad with attitude, like, shit like that, like, so I get it. I totally get it. Like,
this was at 12, and I didn't even like. I'm
nah, like, 12 is OD though.
Yeah, I thought she was lying. I'm like, all right, you can tell the truth now. She's like, no, I'm at 12. I was like, okay, all right.
I think she lied.
I think she lied because like 12 in that short span, I was like, nah. like I wasn't even giving myself that much credit. Like I mean, I know I can do some things, but I wasn't doing nothing. Like it was a zero. There was a zero effort in my part. Like she just was going off of like, I'm like, you could have put a dildo there and she would have kept going. Like I just was like,
Yo, stop.
so I was just like, oh man. But I think it was just more so of shit I wasn't tolerating in the beginning, and then I guess I let everything else I found that I had a problem with, kind of overlook all of that stuff. Like I think the last, in that relationship, I think the last conversation we had, being that she wasn't working, she didn't understand why me at, working 2 jobs, why I was working so hard. She was just like, yeah, maybe you should need to take a break and, kind of, hang out with me and spend some time. I'm like, miss, you understand? I gotta pay rent. Like, what the fuck do you mean take a break? Like, I gotta get this money. Like, I'll fit you in my schedule, but like, take a break. Like, this is money right here. I wasn't putting shit aside for this money. Like, you bugging. There's 2 jobs, getting 2 different incomes. I'm tired. I'll fit you in my schedule. You gotta understand it. You gotta kind of work with me. You know what I'm saying? And because she wasn't working at the time, I think she took on some crazy ass job of cat sitting some nigga. I don't know who the nigga was.
Nigga said cat sitting some nigga. What?
Oh, she was cat sitting, and she like, yo, the nigga went out of town. I gotta watch his cat. I'm like, my nigga, I had a cat for years.
Stop.
Watch them, nigga. They watch themselves. Like,
Stop.
clean themselves. They like clean. Like,
stop.
Fuck you mean? Like a dog, I would get it, but fuck do you mean you cat sitting, my nigga?
The
like,
only thing you gotta do with a cat is feed it.
That's it, nigga. Leave the food there. The nigga gonna take a shit. He gonna swipe up.
Like that's the only thing you gotta do. And I hate cats, but cats are like one of the most easiest pets to ever have.
They independent as shit,
and they train their own self.
Right.
Cats train themselves, so that's probably the easiest pet you can ever like. Any like besides fish. And that all depends on what kind of, because fish is even a lot of maintenance. I've had a fish tank my entire life. Like when you have like the fucking now the saltwater fish are a lot of maintenance. Those fish, but like a freshwater fish tank, all you're doing is feeding it and cleaning the tank out whenever this shit get dirty, right. Which is not too often.
You don't even and for the novice fish tank owners. You don't drain the whole thing. You only drain like 25%, and then you
right, because they have to have, because any clear water will cause them, will kill them.
Right. And then you put the I don't know if things change, but you put the conditioner in it.
No, it's the same way.
Oh, okay.
You put the conditioner in, you know. Mm-hmm.
And then boom, they back to normal. They might be a little bugged out a little bit because you put some new water in there, but you know, they go back to normal. As long as most of their water is in the tank, you're good. So, you know, that's pretty much it. Like, but cat sitting, my nigga, like you could have asked me for advice and I would have told you ain't gotta watch a cat. They're gonna go right to the litter. They're gonna swipe up with the litter. They're gonna cover their doodle and all that. They're gonna go back about their business. Why are you watching this nigga cat while this nigga out of town? I ain't get that shit.
That's a fact. X. I'm sorry. Can we pause this? Cause my mother just called me about three times. That's why my screen keep going blank. I need to call her back because I don't know. Yeah. She never called me this much.
Oh yeah.
So give me like 5 minutes.
I got you.
All right. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, you all good. We are back. I hope all is well.
Yeah, everything good. She was just being annoying.
That's parents for you.
Mm-hmm. So what we was talking about? These toxic motherfuckers?
Yeah, you know, I was finishing up with I think you started going. But yes, sis was just toxic. I didn't want to deal with my own sign after that. That was it.
Not gonna lie. Y'all Sagittarius terrorists.
Yo, I really hate that term.
Cause my ex was a Sagittarius. And I will never. Nope. Not anymore. Y'all niggas is out of y'all fucking mind.
I had somebody recently tell me like we were crazy and all this other shit, some wild shit. It's just dealing with this.
Well, you might be different, X. Because I like you.
I'm really not that bad. I don't really get tight. I want to get tight when people just do dumb shit, like, or think that I'm trying to like play them, or like, you know, just when people don't think I'm actually genuine. When I really give a fuck about people that I actually fuck with.
Right. See, what it was, I think what the issue is with me and my ex is we were forcing it. Excuse me, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we were pretty much all each other knew, because we had that history for the past almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. We tried to force something that wasn't meant to be.
Right.
And we kept being that, from us forcing it, it was nothing but a repeated cycle with everything. Like, we would have arguments and we would have talks and try to talk it out and say, all right, this is what we're gonna do to fix these things and get through it. And because I thought that I was in love with him, I kept giving him the benefit of the doubt, because we would have these conversations and we would say, this is what's going to happen. And he will only do that little change for a week or two just to shut me up. And then shit go right back to what it was. And because we had that history and I believed that I was in love with him, I just kept trying to say, all right, well, maybe because he's saying that he loves me, maybe he'll make that change for him, because he told me how much he loved me and how much he want to be with me for the rest of his life. And he's painting me this beautiful picture of what our future is going to be like, with a wife and the house and the picket fence with all the kids and this, that, and the third. But you're not doing anything to keep me, to make me want to continue to have this life with you and paint this beautiful picture that you wanted to paint all the time. And it took me a long time to just say my happiness is more important. Like, love, you have to love yourself before you love somebody else. And by putting up with everything that he was putting me through, it was showing that I felt like I was less than what I really am worth. Like, and I had to snap out of it, like, no, bitch, like, you are worth way more than what he is giving you. And if he can't see that, you have to leave and make that choice to leave. And us as women, we are mentally out of a relationship before we are physically out of a relationship.
I've heard that.
Because before I officially broke things off with him, I was already, like, my mindset was in a whole nother world, a whole nother place. I'm just plotting on my next moves, because I had this apartment in the works for a while, since before I broke up with him, but I was not telling him any moves that I was making, because I already had those feelings, like, this is not what I want. Like, you're not doing anything. Like, you sitting on your ass all day. All you want to do is sit on your fucking ass and play the game. Or while you're complaining about being broke. Make that make sense to me.
Right. You ain't doing nothing to make it.
You ain't doing nothing to change the shit. All you're doing is complaining. And then when people try to help you and give you the resources, your favorite line is, oh, I don't like taking help, asking people for help, or taking help from anybody. I want to do it on my own. The way to success in life is to network. You have to know people to get things done, no matter what the situation is. You have to network and know people. And if you have someone who's trying to help you and show you which way to go, why not take it? Instead, you just going to sit there and complain because the way you're doing things is not working. But your ego is too fucking big to take that help from somebody else who cares about you and is genuine help and trying to get you on the right path.
Right.
That's stupid. That's mad dumb. Like,
and it's the fact that he lacked motivation, and he kind of felt like, all right, well, maybe I don't know. It's just those type of people that kind of feel entitled and feel like shit is just gonna fall in their lap when it's not.
Mm-hmm.
The case.
And that's how he felt, and also it was just like I knew that he envied me because I was going to work. I was going to work from 7 a.m. every Monday through Thursday, every day, from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. From 4 p.m., I'm going to school until 9 p.m. at night, every single day. While he was only working from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and would come home and sit on his ass and play the fucking game for the rest of the night. Couldn't even come and pick me up from school that was 10 minutes away from our house.
Damn.
You have a whole car. You don't have to look for parking because we have a parking space that you don't pay for. But you park your car there. But you can't stop and put the controller down for 10 minutes to come and pick your girlfriend up after she's been up since 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready for work while you were still sleeping peacefully. And I gotta go and get on the train and deal with the crazy people that's on the train, and you get the luxury to drive back and forth to work, but you only worked right down the block.
Damn.
And you don't have enough, like you say you love me, but you don't even, cause stuff like that means you don't care if I'm good or not. The fact that you're allowing me to travel late at night that you are comfortable enough for me to travel at night, late at night, on the train and on the bus, when it's dark outside, after I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, when you have a car, is crazy to me.
Shows
you don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah, it shows you how much you give a fuck about me.
Yeah, and then what would be so crazy is because you know me. I'm gonna get shit done no matter what.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck if he ain't gonna come get me, somebody else will. I get shit done. So I wasn't taking the train and shit home. Ever. Oh, you wanna say, all right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna hit up one of my old niggas who will be willing to get up out of their bed and come and pick up to make sure that I get home safe. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And then he be so quick to say, because like, and there's sometimes it'll be times when like I needed some money or I was down for a minute and he told me no. So I called one of my brothers. I got 8 old brothers who stop whatever they doing and make sure that if you ain't gonna make sure I'm good, then somebody else will. And he'll be so quick to say, oh, every time you do that, you always make me feel like less of a man. Well, then man the fuck up then.
Right. Get your money up. Save your money. Do something.
Like, and I learned and caught the drift of him being envious and jealous of me because me and my niece, we had went on a girls trip to Barbados. And he gave me a hard time. Didn't even want to take me to the airport. He tried to pick fights with me during my entire trip. And as I'm trying to, like, get, like, tell him about the fun I'm having and shit. And I'm like, yeah, babe. We have to come back here. His response says, oh, I don't want to go there with you if you've been there or already. Why?
But you never been there already, so you can.
But
go.
You haven't been here, so what's the problem? Like,
right?
Like what? That's hating that shit.
I would have went to. I mean, I've been to Vegas twice. I would have went to Vegas again for Sasha first time. It's fun.
Exactly.
It's fun when you already been there and you trying to show somebody else where the spots is at.
My point fun. Exactly.
Like, yo, here's the spots. Right here, this way get popping at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for her experience, I would have had fun. I would have felt like I never been there.
Exactly.
This shit lit.
And I'm like, wow, like, it's not like I saw the entire island. So like, it's other things that we could do that I didn't do. Like,
right.
But he was so no, I don't want to go there because you've been there already. Like, that's mad dumb. Like, all right, cool, whatever, nigga. Like,
he was mad because he didn't go. That's pretty much.
Yeah, like that's what it was. But nigga, I'm not gonna keep paying for you to do shit. Like, I had already just paid. My sister had got married in Mexico. Originally, the plan was that I was gonna pay for the room, and he was gonna pay for the flights. Mm-hmm. He ends up losing his fucking job, and I've got to pay for the entire trip.
Oh.
And then the whole trip, like, and it just, and you know, it be so bad with us women, like, cause God will be trying to hit you in the fucking face with the fucking signs that say, leave this nigga alone. And we just never take the fucking heed. Like,
never.
It's like, damn, bitch, how many times am I gonna tell you? Like, how many signs do I have to show you that this nigga is not for you and you need to move the fuck on? Like because even on our trip to Mexico, like, he was showing all the signs of him being not the one for me, and I still kept wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, no, you know, he said he loved me, so he gonna change. Like, and it was never no change. And after like maybe I want to say maybe 2 months before I broke up with him was when I was really starting to say, like, you know what, this is it. Like, this is my breaking point. Like, I'm done. Like, this nigga don't give a fuck about me. And it was so, but this is how I knew that it was toxic, because so first time ever, we had a literally a fist fight. Like, we was like on some WWE SmackDown shit outside, like, to where he almost killed me, almost choked me. He pulled my hair out of my head and everything.
Wow.
And we this is how I knew he was toxic, because I felt like that's what we needed to move on and have a better relationship. I felt like we needed to just get this fight out of our system, because we get on each other's nerves all the fucking time. And, you know, like, maybe this is what we needed, because I always wanted to just choke him one day or something, like. And now I felt like that as long as we got that out of our system, now things should get better, because we got that animosity out. Right. Like, that was my mindset, and that's how I'm like. Then after a while, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, why did you think that was healthy?
Like, why the fuck did you say that was healthy, and that was that breaking point for y'all, to where now we can have a smooth relationship? Why the fuck did you think that dumb shit? And now, then after that, we had decided that he would leave, and we wasn't broken up yet though, but we decided, because he had ended up getting into a situation where he lost his job. He couldn't work because instead of him bringing his black ass home, he chose to travel to other places 2 o'clock in the morning on a holiday weekend, and end up getting a fucking DUI, because of course he got pulled over and got arrested for a DUI. And then so that caused him to lose his job, because he worked in a school. And so, like, after that, I was kind of fed up, because I'm like, yeah, no, I can't keep taking care of a grown man. Like, most of my checks is going to you. Like, whenever and I always care, like, whenever I would come home with bags for me, it was something in one of the bags for him. Like all the time. If my brother has me out, 'cause my brother always taking me out. If he took me out to eat, I'm making sure that I'm coming back home with food for him. Like, and I wasn't getting that in return. It would there be times where he would be out and he would come home and only have food for himself. And I'm like, nigga, you the only one who live here?
Right.
Like nobody else live in this house with you? Like you didn't think, oh, my brothers brought this for me. I didn't want to without like ask my brothers to buy my girl food. First of all, nigga, you know for a fact me and your brother is like this. 2 peas in a fucking pod. If you went and asked him, yo, here, Leah want this, he wouldn't have had an issue to fucking buy me no damn food because it wouldn't be the first time.
Right.
So please, if that's your excuse, that's bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Like, but I had to learn that he didn't love me the way I loved him. Like, it was one-sided and it was being forced. And I can't even say that I was in love with him now. I thought I was. Like, I thought I was because, you know, we had the history. Because of the history, I thought that was love. Like, you know, we just had to continue to just fight through it and keep going and move forward. But that shit was the total opposite. Like, that's somebody that I did not need to be with. Like, that wasn't that wasn't my person. Like, and it's crazy because in all reality, I already knew who my person really was. Because even while we weren't together, I always talked about him. Anytime any of my friends asked about anybody that I used to deal with, he was the first one that I would bring up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he was like the one who always showed me that he really loved me and he cared about me and he would do anything for me. We just ended up going our separate ways because we were young and we wanted to do whatever we wanted to do because we still had to get that out of our system. So we wasn't ready for one another yet. And we had to go through different trials and tribulations to appreciate us now as a unit, like appreciate what we could do for each other more now because we had to deal with the bullshit from the crazy exes or something, like, you know, and now I'm finally with my soulmate.
Right.
Like, my boyfriend is the love of my life. Like, if I was to lose him, I would probably die of a broken heart. Like, that's my soulmate. I love him so much. Like, I love him. I'm in love with him. Like, that's my best friend. I'm comfortable around him. He brings me peace. He brings me joy. He feeds my mind, body, and my soul. Like I know that's the person. He's the person who I was meant to spend the rest of my life with.
I respect that. You already know how we felt in the beginning when we found out this. You know, what? Let's find out about him. Like, let's just find out this. You're like, nah, he's solid. He's solid. Listen, I'm telling y'all now, he's solid.
Like, you don't even have to talk to him to know how genuine he is. Like, he's such, like, you could just feel his vibe because he's been through so much. Like, he had a near-death experience where he was the only one who made it out alive. So you would never know, though. Like, you would think that, you know, he just lived this peaceful, carefree life, and it's a lot of demons that he's fighting too, but it's the same thing with me. And we love each other so much that we're willing to stick it out and help each other get through these demons, get through whatever we going through, to make sure that, and at the end, that we're going to be okay. Like, I could call that man for anything. Anything. Like, he's my first thought to call for anything is to happen. Like, he's my first person that I'm thinking about. And it's so bad that I wasn't like that with my ex. I didn't even like to cry in front of him. I wasn't comfortable with crying in front of him. And as my significant other, I'm supposed to have that comfort and that peace to be able to let my emotions out in front of you.
Exactly. Yep.
But I didn't. Ever since everything that I've been going through lately, I'm able to be in front of him and expressing him how I'm feeling and let out those emotions now without like not being, not wanting to be in his presence, like shit like that. Like I'm in such a better place with my emotions and mentally because of him. Honestly, I don't know where I would even be right now if it wasn't for him. Like mental wise.
And the crazy part is sometimes it's your exes or ex-flings or people that you talk to that kind of make you better for the next person. I was in fear of that a lot because I was like, in the beginning, me and Saj wasn't really like too copacetic. Like we would just really be going at it and it just be over dumb shit. And then I'm like, at some point I feared the fact that is it going to be one of those situations where we make each other better for the next person or our past has made us better, for each other. Like, what I'm saying? Like, and me realizing that this is probably one of the most solid relationships I've been in and probably the realest relationship I've been in because I sat there and I said, I'm willing to make whatever work despite whatever goes on. Like compared to the last situation, I'm willing to deal with whatever bullshit, whatever arguments we had and just kind of work through it. Yeah, there were times where you actually kind of want to leave. You kind of got in some bad arguments, kind of said some shit that you probably didn't mean to say. And it got real ugly, it got real toxic, it got real nasty. And you probably thought that I don't really gotta be here. I don't gotta be here with this relationship. Fuck they thinking. Like I could just get the fuck out of here and find a new person. But I think it really took some time and some space and whatever, a breather or maybe us talking to other people, like not to get with them, but like, talking to other people like as far as family wise or advice wise and just being like, damn, all right, maybe I could have did this a little different. Okay, all right, this is where I was wrong. You felt I was wrong right here. I felt I was right here. You said I was wrong right here. Okay, all right, cool. And then us talking it out and kind of sticking it through. And like I said, I told her from the moment we got in the relationship that it's like I'm riding till the wheels fall off, despite whatever. Like I said, and they're gonna be arguments. Arguments make the relationship flourish. So, I mean, there's gonna be times we
You're supposed to argue.
Yep.
You are supposed to.
Yep. Because you don't
So
argue.
You gonna get on my fucking nerves one day. I'm gonna have to pop you upside your fucking head and you get on my damn nerves.
Right. And there's times where it got real ugly. Like, and this is why I love her mom, and for the first time ever, I really considered somebody else's mom as like, all right, that's kind of like my second mom, like because her mom. One thing her mom doesn't do with a lot of other parents, her mom doesn't play sides. Her mom is like the neutral person. Maybe because she's a teacher, I don't know, but like her mom is mad neutral. So it's like if I was wrong, she would say I was wrong. If Sasha was wrong, she'll say she was wrong. She don't give a fuck if that's her daughter. Hey, listen, you was wrong here. You was wrong. You was wrong. You should apologize to him. And I like that fact about her mom. And then like her family on top of that is just so family oriented. Like, mind you, like going to her family events gets me. Well, I end up having a lot of anxiety because there's so many of them, and it's like let me just take my little extrovert, introverted ass over here and There's too many of y'all niggas for me to be talking to. Like, I don't want to talk
But
to all
shit,
of
don't come to my family events thing, cause boo, it's mad of us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my ass will be off in the corner somewhere because I don't know everybody. Whoever you introduce me to, I'm gonna remember them and just be like, all right, let me just go over here. Because that's how I get. When I get around new people, I just don't say nothing. I get over here and they be like, yo, why you quiet? I don't know y'all. Let me just go over here.
Right.
Let me read the room a little bit. I gotta read the room. And then I start
Let me
integrating.
warm up and get comfortable first, and then we could talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like being overwhelmed with so many people that I don't know, because then I gotta watch the room. I just get real. I don't know. I gotta get in my zone. I gotta know who's who basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, get more familiar with her cousins and help me out, help me get familiar with them and her cousins as well. Like the females on that, the females, the sisters, they all wild. But you know, I fuck with them for that because they fuck with me. Like, and they like I said,
Right.
they fuck with me. So, which is pretty cool. So I like the fact that her family's family oriented. I like the fact that her mom is dope. Everybody on her mother's side is dope, like aunts, uncles. Then, you know, like I said, her father's side is the same way. So it's just like she got a good structure there. She got a good structure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was pretty cool. Like I would have never thought I would have got cool with somebody else's mom and fucking the rest of her family. Like what? The moment she told me her mom wanted to meet me and my father, I was like, what the fuck? My father? Like, just meet me. Like, but I
Yeah,
don't.
my mother is the same way. Like my mother, cause I got like my family is super blended, and we're welcoming to people. Like if you family, if you somebody that one of my loved ones care about, then come on. Like we make you a part of the family. Like so, like my mother. What's crazy is my mother has never met my boyfriend now yet. She hasn't met him yet, but she knows how I feel about him. So even though she hasn't met him yet, every time we speak, she asks me how is he was doing the things like that, like you know, because she knows that that's somebody that I love. Right. And I care about. Because listen, I will brag about my man all day long, like all day long. My man is my man that all day long. So and I wasn't like that with my ex. Mm-hmm. So because she sees the change in my actions and the way I talk about him and things like that, she appreciates him more. Like sometimes, because she was so used to my ex not being able to do for me, that like she'll ask me if I need some sort of money or something, and I'm telling her no, because my boyfriend makes sure I always got money. Like the other day, he yelled at me because I didn't wake him up to get me lunch money for work. Mm-hmm. Like, so he's that kind of man. Like he's that man that I was looking for, and she was so used to my ex not being able to do those things for me that she be thinking that I be lying. Like you were sure, like, here, like just take this. And I'd be like, no, ma, I'm good. I got like I got money, like, yeah, like, and it be like, so she gotta like she slowly starting to get used to it now, like me not having to ask her for these things now, because I used to always have to ask her because I was taking care of me and him. I didn't always have it for myself. So it would be times she would have to, you know, sell me some money here and there. But now it's like, because I got a man who is man enough and he do what he got to do to make sure he can provide for us, I don't have that issue no more. Right. Like, I'm well taken care of now. Like, my bills is paid. Like, I'm good. Mm-hmm. So, like, but she's like, but like I said, I was saying, like, my mother is like Sasha's mom, like, cause she asked me, like, you know, she even asked me about his little mom. Like, she just asked me today, cause my mother, like, she gets every year because she's all into politics. Like, she's friends with the councilwomen and all of that. Like, yeah, like, my mother is really connected with a lot of people. So every year they donate and give her 100 turkeys to give out to the people in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And like, she told me to ask his mother if she needed one. Like, you know, like, but that's just how we are. Like, and it's always good to come from that kind of family, because that's how you know that person knows how to love.
Yeah.
When you come from love, you know how to love.
Yeah. And then especially, you know, with kids in the near future, you know that you're in a good family where it's like, you know, their family, you know, appears to love each other, and they respect each other, and they hold each other down. So you know you ain't gonna have a child being brought in this world to, like, you know, some family where it's like, damn, I can't leave my kid with her. I can't leave my
Right.
mother, like, you know, type shit. Like, so that's great. That is great. You know, I love those women with big families, because I felt like my family wasn't as big. And we are to a certain extent. Like, my father's side is like extended like a motherfucker, and then like my mom's side is kind of. But I felt like we never had like that family reunion, that big ass family type of thing, and that's why I just feel like my family wasn't as big as I wanted it. So it's like seeing Sasha's side of her family, where it's like you either go to the mom's side or the father's side, but that father's side is crazy. So you know, if you're gonna bring a child up in this world, that father's side, you got so many aunts and cousins and
Yep.
side. They gonna watch that little nigga. I'm already mad at Sasha because that father side, they be over here giving the little babies drinks and shit. I ain't trying to snitch and shit. Little babies drink. I'm like, you giving this little 2-year-old like a fucking cap or like some liquor just to put him out? Like, y'all better not do that to my child. Like, that ass.
Listen, a little drop of Henny is not gonna hurt.
And look, she believe this shit too. Like, nah.
A little drop of Henny ain't gonna never hurt.
We didn't see, I can't even defend myself because we don't even know if we was the ones that was getting the drop of Henny back then. So it's just like, it's kind of funny. I'm joking. I probably would want. I don't know how this child going to turn out, but hopefully not a crybaby, because I wasn't a crybaby. So I'm hoping this child's not a crybaby, because you might have get that little.
Oh my God, I hate crybabies.
I do too. It's just like, stop crying, bro. Like, just stop. But I'm hoping for a girl the first try.
Woo, child.
And I know women and having girls is not easy, but I just want to break the cycle, because I felt like my brother, one of my brothers decided to not have kids. My other brother done had so many boys. So it's just like, I want to break the cycle. Just want to break the cycle. But if I can't, then whatever. But I definitely want to get a girl.
I do not want a daughter. If I have a daughter, I'm going to be in jail. Because my boyfriend's attitude is out of this world, and I have a crazy attitude. You already know firsthand how my mouth is. So if I have a girl, I am going to be in handcuffs somewhere, because I choke slammed her ass. Because
I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. And then the crazy part is, with me and Sas, she got more girls on her side. I got more boys on my side. So I'm like, oh fuck, I hate the 50-50. Just come on, just give me some type of.
It's mad funny, because it's the same way with me. I have more girls on my side, and he got more boys on his side. So it's like, but I want a son. I want a son so bad. Like, I feel like having a son would help me so much.
But I feel like, because I heard people say like the man determines it more than likely. Mm-hmm. So if we do get a son on the first try, then a girl on the second try, I'm cool with that. But don't get 2 boys. 2 boys is gonna be like, oh my God.
2 boys is lit. If I get lucky enough to have all boys, that would be so amazing.
All I know is, if not, I pray not. But if both of those boys get Sasha's attitude, let me just get one that gets Sasha's attitude. I'm gonna get my comments, because they're gonna get her attitude. It's gonna be lit. Like, it's just gonna be. it's gonna get crazy. So, and then my father got an attitude, but I don't really have one, to his extent. So I don't know. I feel like if it's a boy, it's gonna get a crazy ass attitude. It's gonna get wild, disrespectful. I have to beat this little nigga ass.
But it's okay. See, I come from a family where the boy act up, you getting punched in your chest.
Right.
And you get a chest punch. Who you talking to, little nigga? You bugging. Like, and the girls, I'm smacking the shit out of you. Who you talking to?
Look at that, like, get that flick.
Yeah, like, and my family, we are a village. So everybody, unless it's some shit where I'm like, all right, don't touch my fucking baby. You ODing now. But listen, they act up, you getting popped. That's right. It. That's a family that's the kind of family that I came from. Like, we are a village and we help raise the children in the village. Like, we help each other. Like, my two youngest nieces, well, they're not my youngest nieces no more, but my second to last youngest nieces, I raised them. Like, people used to think that I was their mom.
That's crazy.
I always had them. Like, and I was young. I was only like fucking, I was in high school. Like, but my sister, she needed help. And I made sure that she got the help that she needed. Right. My whole life. Like, so, but I don't want a girl. Because I already had to beat up my fucking niece. Like, I have to, this generation of kids? Hell no.
Nah, yeah, this shit is ugly. This generation
the reason why it's so fucked up is because a lot of babies had babies.
Yeah.
And these kids are not scared of their parents. Mm-hmm. They're not, and they don't care. They don't care because their parents don't really show how much they would care. Like, they just do whatever.
They don't care.
Like, listen, my parents, my family know everybody. The way these kids be on a bus and a train, yelling at strangers and cursing and all that shit. What? I would never. Because my mother friends have permission to yoke my ass up. So
right, yep.
If they in a cut somewhere and they see me, what you doing?
Get your ass over there.
Be like, oh. And it was a lot of their friends. Yo, on a mat, yo. That's why, And even growing up as a kid, I hated being on the bus and shit with those kind of kids. Right. I hated that. Because it's like, why you gotta be, like, you're in public. Why gotta, that shit is embarrassing. Why you want to be the center of attention in public like this? Like, I hated that my entire life. Like, even as a child, I hated it. Like, they're these fucking badass kids. Like,
right.
Like, who raised you?
Why you want to be on this bus acting like that? Like, come on.
Yeah, man. Like, who raised you for real?
Yeah, nah. The way this generation set up, they be having these 2,000 babies. Them niggas wild too.
Cause I could not, and I know when I have kids, I'm going to be an old school parent. I'm going to raise my kids the way I was raised. I don't care about none of this shit that's going on now. Because these kids today don't have no home training at all. Nope. Disrespecting adults for no reason, all that kind of stuff. What? My mother would what?
And I was trying. I mean, I'm really trying hard to, because I didn't get my ass whooped. So I was trying to raise a kid without getting the ass whooped. But I feel like, I don't know, the way it should be working, I might just get a kid that might just act up. I'm gonna just have to whoop this nigga. I'm gonna let Sasha do it because she like whipping. I ain't gonna whip your ass.
I hate niggas because my boyfriend said the same thing. His favorite line is, the kids are gonna love me because you gonna be the one to discipline them. Like, and I don't care. Make me the bad guy, but my kids are going to love me too because they're gonna know that I'm doing it out of love because I care about them.
That's the same thing. That's the same way Sasha feels. She just feel like I'm just gonna whoop his ass. I'm just like, all right, cool, go ahead. I'm gonna be the cool dad while you the whooping ass mom, and that's gonna be. Yeah, buy them whatever they want. You just whoop their ass. I'm just. They're gonna come to me. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. What you mean? What? I'm like, oh, nah.
See, that's the problem. That be the problem too. You cannot go against us because that's going to make the kids get mixed signals, and they don't really have to get fucked up because they're gonna say, "Oh, but Daddy said I'm gonna fuck you and your father up."
Yeah. How we both get our ass whooped? Like,
yeah, y'all both about to get you and your daddy about to get your ass whooped now because your daddy said.
Right, don't whoop the daddy.
You ain't little ugly ass daddy about to get beat.
Yo, that's crazy.
Shoot.
Yeah, so I would have to like discipline them, but in the talking way. See, I'm not gonna hit you, but Ms. Land, you gotta listen to your mom.
Don't tell them you're not gonna hit them.
Oh,
exactly.
You gonna hit them.
All right. So step in the room. So I'm like, yo, step in the room with me. I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to roll up my sleeves and I'm gonna sit down. I'm like, yeah. So I didn't want to have to do this, but and then try to talk.
And then tell them to act like they got their ass beat.
Right.
You know what? Y'all are sneaky.
And be like, yo, just act like you got your ass whooped. So I'm gonna clap my hands a few times and just act like you got your ass whooped. You gotta start crying. You gotta put it on cue because I'm an actor, so you gotta put it on cue. So like, cry now. Think of some sad moment, cry. Oh yeah, it's coming.
See, no. See, and that's going against us, and now y'all both gonna get your ass beat.
Yo, you're not gonna know.
We're gonna know.
Ass is red.
We know everything.
She's not gonna know.
We know Xavier. We know everything. Like, you might think we don't know, but we know. Like, you might think we don't know, but we fucking know, bro.
If he gonna start crying, then what you gonna say?
You stop, but at them fake ass tears, little nigga, cause I know what really went on in that room.
Look, I gave him something to cry about though. Like I gave him so I'm gonna be yelling, and then I'm like, "You want something to cry about?" You got this
shit all planned out, huh?
You want something to cry about? Want something to cry about, nigga? He gonna start crying, and then look, he out the clear. All you gotta do is listen. That was the best bet. All you gotta do is listen, be like, yes, I messed up.
Xavier, my brother makes his 5-year-old do push-ups on his knuckles when he ain't behaving. Oh. So please.
Tough his nails. Tough his nails.
So please.
Push-ups on his knuckles. Oh, he's giving them hard labor.
Yes, because that's how we was raised. Me and all my siblings are black belts. My father was a karate teacher. So we all had the force of hand. So we had to have that discipline.
Oh, man. That's going to be crazy.
So my son act up, and in the beginning stages, I'm going to pop them. Yeah, I'm going to do a little pop. But once you hit that age, you are going to be doing wall sits with your arms out in front of you. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Sit on that wall.
Against the wall, you put your arms.
Yes.
Oh,
yep.
Shit. Oh,
sit on that wall. And if you say something smart, I'm going to put a dictionary right in your fucking hand. Yeah, and sit there for 10 more minutes. So you can learn. Don't play with your mother.
That shit was so funny. The kid was like, nigga, arms all weak like noodles and shit. He was crying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you gotta people that make their children lean in the rice, put their needs in rice.
Yeah, grits. Back in the day,
I never knew that was a thing.
It is.
Back in the day, they made they kids put their knees inside rice or grits or whatever anything hard, and sit in them fucking shits for like an hour.
You fucking torture.
You think about what you just did. Yeah, that's just like when you down south and they tell you to go outside to get a switch, and if you come back with with a small switch, you get your ass beat worse.
Oh, man.
Don't come back with no small switch. Cause woo child, that is your ass.
I could tell. I was hurt for my friends when they used to get hit. I didn't see my man's get hit with a fucking hanger and it broke over his head. I was like, oh yeah, nah, that's shit.
And it was so crazy. I never got beaten before, like because I was the baby.
Wow.
But watching growing up didn't change my mindset though. Like because I knew this, even though I didn't get a beat, I knew what consequences would be if I did certain shit from watching my siblings and shit get a beat.
that was a enough lesson.
Yeah, like so I knew what was right and what was wrong, right? And so I'm like, all right, this is what happened with them, so I'm not gonna do this. Or if I do it, I'm just not gonna give a court. Like, you know?
Yeah, that's important.
But yeah, because I was my father's baby and I was his first child that he got to watch grow from birth because he was in jail for most of my siblings' life. Mm-hmm. So I was his only child that he got to watch from birth until his last days. Mm-hmm. And so he made sure that is my baby, not my baby.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna hit my baby.
I should put hands on her.
Nah, I respect it. And what's crazy is I was a badass kid. Like as like a young kid. Cause me and my brother, we're 7 years apart. Mm-hmm. And he used to always do shit to me. My mother say that I'm her psycho child. But like, and I remember a lot of things vividly within my mind of the crazy shit that I used to do as a small child. And I thought I was crazy. Sometimes I feel like she'd be exaggerating. But my brother used to do shit that he would know would irk me. And it will cause me to attack him. Like, I would really, like, go crazy. Like, and my mother would always say it, and my father ain't never wanna believe her. And my mother tell this story all the time. When I say if you was to meet her, she probably gonna tell you this story too. This is her favorite story about me, how crazy I fucking am. And it was one time, me and my brother was in the kitchen and something happened. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I did something to him. And and then he was like, he was going to tell on me. So I'm like, no, don't tell. And he went inside the room to go tell my mother and father. And I ran and I jumped on his back and attacked her. I said, don't tell on me. And
I said, don't tell on me. You know,
and I jumped on his back and was choking him. Mind you, I gotta be like 4 or maybe 5. Like, I'm mad young, but I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Like, I remember this shit vividly. And I jumped on his back and I said, don't tell on me. And my father was like, oh, you wasn't lying. She is crazy.
Like I said, don't tell on me. I said it.
I said that, like, I attacked him. Like, and it was one time, it was other time where he got me tight and I bit him on his ass to the point where he was bleeding. Until he was bleeding. Like, and when I think, I'm like, yo, damn, now I was really crazy.
Right.
Like where they got me from?
You took a chop on his shit?
But he was always doing something to get on my nerves. Like, and I hated it. Like, don't get on my fucking nerves. Leave me alone. I'm minding my business. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me alone too, Bear. Here come the fucking dog.
You ain't take a nap yet?
He took a nap that whole time. Now he up.
He like, yeah, let me go.
Get out of my cabinet. Go over there and lay down.
He like, yeah, let me go fuck with you now. You're.
Somebody just walked past my front door. That's why he was looking at it. Somebody walked past.
Yeah. You
gotta be aware. Make sure nobody come inside this house.
You gotta be the attack dog.
Mm-hmm. He's super playful all day, but just don't fuck with me.
See, that's why I told Sasha, we get a pit, We start feeding it meat, like raw meat, and they start eating people. What?
All right, see, now you ODing, bro. What?
Yo, I really heard.
Yo, what's wrong with you?
I remember when that was a thing. They're like, yo, if you eat raw meat, you're gonna start eating. I was like, yeah,
because he want blood.
Yeah,
you give it animal blood, that's what they're gonna want to eat all the time.
That's what I told Sasha, and she like, no, like, come on, come on. Like, you want to make it, you want to attack dog? We're gonna make him an attack dog.
That's not right. No, you're going. What is wrong with you?
One day I'm gonna get an attack dog, and I'm gonna go feed him raw meat, and then he's gonna start eating people. Like, just take a bite out of the crown. Like, fuck it, I don't care who you see coming in. Well, I want a nice dog. Like, I want a nice one though.
Yeah, you gotta get like. See, my whole life I've always had them like nice, pretty dogs. Like everybody always used. Like my family was really like the bougie family of with the hood. Like even though like my uncles and them was like the OGs, but like we was the bougie family. Like I had who that walk around the hood with toy poodles that's different colors, blue, red, pink. Like I thought they were hair, all of that. Like I got toy poodles, I got a Cocker Spaniel, and then I got a big ass Rottweiler. Like, and they be like, yo, like what's wrong with y'all? Like,
yeah, that's a little.
I had all types of shit. Mm-hmm.
We done had a whole zoo. We had a whole zoo in my house. Like, my brother worked at a pet store, and then I eventually worked at one. But he done had snakes and monitors and hamsters and turtles and.
Oh yeah, that's my boyfriend calls me Dr. Doolittle.
I can see it.
I love it. Like I'm an animal lover. I love animals. Cause my father was like that. Like my father loved the animals. Like when I was younger, all we did was watch the Animal Planet and Nat Geo Wild, like shit like that. Like so, like
right. You gonna have to get a fish tank now. You gonna have to get a fish tank now.
Yeah, no, I'm getting. I got all this shit planned. I'm just gonna have all type of shit. My boyfriend already made up his mind. He said when we buy a house, he's getting me a special room for me and my animals because I be driving him crazy. Like my bearded dragon, like, cause originally I was gonna get a tortoise, but the one that I wanted had ended up being sold out. Wow. And I kind of made him feel bad because he took a long time to give me the money for it. So I kind of made him feel bad, like, yeah, it's sold out now. So I'm like, but this is nice, and that's when I pointed out Zeus, the bearded dragon. So he was like, all right, because I feel like it's my fault that you ain't get it. Uh-huh. I was like, thanks. With that money, please.
Well, I mean, the bearded dragon, they just be chilling. Like I said, you could just sit there and lay on the couch and watch a movie. They're gonna just be chilling right there. They don't. Only sometimes they get like a little curious and they start wandering off. But like other than that, they just be chilling. That's what I like about it. Like they just sit there and just chill. It's like, I think you don't want to walk around a little bit. You're just gonna just sit right here.
Yeah, mine is an asshole. He be my friend when he wanted to be. Like earlier, this little dumbass nigga had bit me because I picked him up. But I'm trying to get him to eat his vegetables.
He's like, no,
he don't want to eat no vegetables.
He's like, I told you to stay away. When that nigga get a foot and a half long, you're gonna be like, all right, nigga, you gonna need to stay in there or something.
No, cause my sister has one too, and hers is fully grown. My nigga Chop, his name is Chapo. Mm-hmm. And he big and fat and fucking spoiled as fuck. Like he mad spoiled.
This long, and they used to be chilling. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna take you outside. Like I know people that done took them shits outside in the car.
Yep, I joined a group on Facebook for like bearded dragon owners and stuff. And I got mad advice and shit on how my tank's supposed to be. So I'm about to like remodel his entire tank soon. And like once he start growing a little bigger, I'm gonna get a bigger tank for him so he can just have the space.
Yeah, put him in like I don't know what size he. Put him in like a 30 or 45. He'll be good.
Nah, he's gonna eventually need like a 75-gallon tank.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. So
Between
he has enough
75 and
room to-
120. Yeah, because I want him to be able to roam around and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was
So.
good.
But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's my next pet going to be. Honestly, my boyfriend is tired of me.
But they
I
come
really
with
want a
these,
monkey.
so it's like if you get like a fish tank, like and you get like a freshwater fish tank, start adding all these colorful fish in there. Oh, that shit look fire.
Mhm.
You start making a decor, like depending on what you want to do. You want to do a SpongeBob theme. You want to do like a, I don't know. You could do like a saltwater theme. Just don't put nothing actually saltwater in it. But you could do like a
Yeah, because saltwater tanks are a lot of maintenance.
Yeah, I
Like,
heard. Yeah, I never
lot
played
of
with that.
maintenance.
That was like a lot of work. So I never got into that. But it's good when you put the appropriate amount of fish in there. They're not fighting each other, nothing like that. It's fire.
Yeah.
The maintenance for that, nah. I remember I used to go to people's house and set up their fish tank. I'm like, oh, you was too lazy to set up a damn fish tank? Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, my mom. So she got a freshwater tank though. She had over eel, and that nigga coming to sue. That I don't know. Like it was so crazy because I had left out for work that morning, and I saw him swimming around, and then she called me hysterical, like the eel died. And I'm like, how the fuck the eel died? The nigga, cause her like the top to cover it was kind of broken, so I guess it must have fell and it wasn't on the top, and he jumped out of the fish tank.
Nigga said, "Fuck this."
And it was like no saving him, like, cause nobody. And I'm like, well, did I miss that when I left out this morning? Like, did I not see him on the floor? Cause the fishing is like kind of close to the front door, so it was like, did I just walk over him and not pay attention that was him on the floor laid out like that dead? But how the fuck long he been there? Cause he said that he was dry and hard by the time she had saw him and found him. I'm like, wow, my son committed suicide.
Yo, there's some of them fish, they be doing that shit. Like the koi fish, they jump out in a jiffy.
Hamster.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hamsters be committing suicide too.
Out.
They're like, yo, get me out of here. I'm gonna climb on this water bottle. I'm gonna push this thing up, and I'm gonna jump out.
Yeah, nah, hamsters is dumb as fuck. That's why I was so mad. It was one time, me and my sister, my niece, my nephews, we had went to the pet store to get something for the dog. Here she go. I want a hamster. So my ass, being a sucker for with her aunt, I brought her ass a hamster and all this extra shit for fucking hamster. And she loses the shit inside the house.
Oh no, not the hamster.
That's it.
And he will always escape out of his cage. Like, he always was escaping out of his cage. It was like, bro, like, how do you keep on getting out? Like, I thought he was a rat once. Like, I almost kicked the shit. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy.
I'll kill that nigga if you would have kicked him.
But my family, we always go through phases with pets. Like, we had a phase where we had went away to Kalahari for my niece's birthday, and we stopped at the pet store on the way back to pick something up, and we all left out with fucking guinea pigs. Like, and I'm like,
and
why
those
the
are
fuck?
trouble too.
Guinea pigs are disgusting. All they do is fucking shit.
And they just
We
run
had them
around
shits for
like
2 weeks.
Still.
We had them shits for 2 weeks, and then we take them shits back. Like, here, I don't want this shit no more. Like, all they do is shit.
Or anybody in the hamster.
You ever accidentally touch them and they eat the fucking kids?
That's the hamsters that be doing that shit.
Whatever the
hamsters be eating their babies.
I think before I even know, I touched him. That bitch ate the motherfucking kid. I'm like, you nasty. How you gonna eat the kid? it tastes good.
They looking wild for that.
Like it tastes good to you. That's
Animals
what you
is wild.
It's just that they don't
nasty.
they don't want your scent and smell on them because they feel like I don't know what the fuck is the theory.
It's contaminated.
Basically, so they're like, I'd rather just eat them before you try to kill them. I'm like, yo, imagine if our parents do it like that. I gotta eat.
That's OD. Oh my God, that's OD.
Your mom going to jail.
Yo, it would be no more babies. Population will be shot.
Yo, nah. Parents are going to jail then. You just ate your child, man? I didn't want nobody touching him. What?
Oh my God.
That's
disgusting.
We're gonna put a muzzle on you.
And there's people that's like that who eat people and stuff like that. Ew.
I believe that's a real thing. Like, fuck Hannibal.
No, it is a real thing.
There's people that really do be eating people. Like, they get a kick out of it. I'm just like, I don't know. As much as, you know, how do you choose your victim? How do you...
How do you choose the victim is mad funny.
Right, like, oh, your skin looking real good. Let me eat you real quick. And a girl be like, oh my God, you look so nice. Okay, yeah, you come eat me. It's like, my nigga, he's talking about eating you as a whole, as a human. Like, you know, he ain't talking about the other stuff. He's talking about eating you. Like, you're gonna die still.
You're gonna die.
I don't think you want that. Okay, they be like, oh no, that's fine. Okay. Should be crazy.
Why would you just do that? Yeah, I think I want to get, I don't know, maybe like, I really wanted a French bulldog. But that's a little nigga.
That's the one with the ugly face? I know, you think about bulldogs, they be having an ugly face.
Yeah, but that one is kind of cute. Like it's not as ugly as like the other ones, because bulldogs are ugly dogs.
Yeah.
But not as. Who the fuck is calling me? Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay.
We had to end the episode due to a unexpected call that Honey had got. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in. This is yet another episode of Deadass, the New York Minute Podcast. And once again, I'm Julius, aka X, aka whatever you know me by is what you know me by, not who I show you I am. And we're out.